Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. You're listening to your favorite girl, Lady Gyson, where we walk by faith and not by sight. Welcome to another episode of Faith Walk. And over here on this podcast, you know how we do it. We embrace everything faith related. But our whole life is faith, actually. Our whole existence, everything we do, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. You don't know what you will be doing the next minute. Therefore, when we say we walk by faith and not by sight, it is something that everyone should be saying yes to. Yes, I walk by faith, because nothing that you do is sure. Nothing that you do is certain. So how can you not walk by faith and not by sight? You are not promised nothing in this life. Nothing is in this life is really guaranteed. It's not a must. We can make all the plans in the world, but there's a 99.9% chance that those plans may not be fulfilled. So we just have to walk by faith, not by sight, and trust in the Most High that our plan is aligned with His plan, and therefore, whatever we plan to do, whatever we hope for, whatever we dream for, whatever we pray for, do come to pass. Hey everybody, how are we doing? It's another Tuesday. And you know how we do it on Tuesdays. It's another Testimonial Tuesdays. And let me tell you, everybody, it's not only Testimonial Tuesday today, and I'm going to give you like 2 testimonies just to uplift whatever struggles, whatever doubt you're feeling in your life about my personal life and my personal journey and my growth. And this year, I said this yesterday in yesterday's podcast, Monday's Motivational Monday podcast, and I'm going to say it today again. It's the best month of the year because guess what? It's your girl birth month. And I have an amazing birthday celebration for myself. And one of the main reasons for that is the growth. Growth in my faith. 2024 was the year I found my purpose. So that growth, the transition, fulfilling my purpose, walking in my destiny. Here I am today on this podcast. Listen, guys, it's nothing short of a testimony. Without a test, we will not have a testimony. So today I'm going to give you 2 of my own testimonies and my growth and how my life has really transformed over the past year. It wasn't all this glorious. It wasn't all this sweet. I never always feel this positive. As much as I always say I walk by faith and not by sight, yes, the road is not always smooth. And to be honest with you, I was not the person to always embrace my fears. And yes, I had fears. Yes, I had doubt. Yes, I had anxiety. And I am one of the person who my anxiety always consume me. Always. But when you pray and you walk by faith, and you beg God to transform your life, take you back up, let you stand firm, hold your hand, because you cannot do it by yourself. This is how you will see the purpose in your life. You will feel a sense of joy, the sense of happiness, the confidence, and you will then feel fulfilled. Guys, you're listening to your girl, Lady Guys. We walk by faith and not by sight. And I'm an author of children's books. And when we're not promoting those books, we're educating, empowering, and motivating somebody. Thank you so much for listening to us today. We're talking about Testimonial Tuesdays. And if it is not that hard, as you listen to us, just write a brief test that you have went through. That is now your testimony. Just to encourage another listener and another reader who went to the comment section to see that they too can do it. And always remember the Job armor. Job, the way so wise, says, what says us, right? One of the things that I always do in my life before I transform my life in a positive way is that I'm always negative. And being negative is not good at all. And my life was so negative that my favorite color was black. And most of my wardrobe is black. Most of my wardrobe is black, or all of my wardrobe is black. I have so many black attires, it's not funny. And recently, hey, God is good, you know. Recently, I went to a store and I was doing a purchase of some clothing. And the lady in the store said to me, "You should not wear black." And it's like, in that, you ever want out a word and a little guidance to your life? No. When I was doing my research and doing my business logo, I realized the color green had significance. And the next thing is that if you're in a spiritual journey, like myself, if you're more spiritual, you will understand that colors plays a significant role in your life. Let me say that again. Colors play a significant role in your life. You have to be careful of the colors that you put your energy into. You have to be careful of the colors that you really wear often, the colors that you really bring to your life. So when the lady said that to me, I was like, I needed to hear that, because all my wardrobe is black. And she said, "No, that's not good. You need some color in your life." And I think about it for a minute and I say, she's so right. You know, I really need some color in my life. And again, this is my testimony. So this lady, you know, big up yourself. I don't remember her name. I never got her name, but she has an amazing store in Jamaica, New York. And when we finished the transaction, I had recently purchased my dress for my birthday that I want to do a photo shoot in. And the dress was black. Ooh. And I said, I have so much growth over the past year. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm fulfilling my destiny. Black no longer represents me. I no longer represent black. Black no longer represents me. I no longer have fears. I no longer have doubt. I no longer have anxiety. I'm not that negative person anymore. So, with that growth, I need a new color. And I think about my life. And I think about how I've grown. How I'm flourishing. Ooh, how I'm stepping in my purpose. And how I'm fulfilling my destiny. And I made my color choice. So for all my listeners out there, this is my testimony. And this is how I came up choosing my favorite color. It's a color that I always loved. But I never thought of it as my favorite color. I don't have a piece of clothing in this color. But here I am today, embracing my color, because this color now represents me. And this color is green. And everybody knows what green represents: growth, new beginnings, flourishing, abundance. So, I will be wearing green. From now on, my wardrobe will be replaced by the color green. Amen? And this is just a testimony that's how sometimes when you're growing in your life, God will put you in places that you needed a word to transform and take away something and replace it with something new. Now, I reach a place in my life again that I've grown so much. I'm flourishing. I'm understanding more. I'm giving grace. I'm walking by faith and not by sight. But I was still being represented by black. Not putting too much thought into it, not thinking about it too much, going about my daily way, not saying that this needs to be changed, not thinking about it at all. But God placed this lady in my life to say, this is not good. You need some color in your life. This was her exact words. Yes, that's not good, but you need some colors in your life. So I replaced my black with my green, and now I have a flourishing color that represents me. Testimonial Tuesdays on Faith Walk podcast with your favorite girl, Lady Guys. And so that's one testimony that I want to encourage somebody today. That when you're going through something and you're growing and you're moving up in your purpose and fulfilling your destiny, God will align each and every aspect of your life the way you want it to be. The way He designed it to be, the way it was destined to be, including the simple little things, because knowingly or unknowingly, everything you do is a representation of you and what you represent. Another testimony, I read many books. That's another thing that I developed over the past year. I started reading more. On my birthday wish list again, it's like 10 or 11 books are on there. Somebody asked me what I want, what can they get me for my birthday, and I developed the list, and it was mostly books, and they were astounded by one specific book that is on there. And they were saying to me that this is the part of you that I really liked. And I was like, really? And it turned into a whole different argument, but that's for another time, not today on Testimonial Tuesdays. Let's get back on track. But the book that I'm reading, not only that I develop a love for reading books that really helped me also to transform my life and my journey, my spiritual journey, I try to share my books with my audience. So one of my goals for this year is that every month I will at least read one book. You are very busy. I am very busy. I don't want to say every month I'm going to read 4 books. Books are more than books. So I put it that every month, 4 weeks, I will read one book. Not only that I will be reading this book for that month, I will encourage my social media users to read as well. And by doing so, I will share with them the book that I read for that month. So I did it. For those who are listening to me and not yet following me, you can follow me on TikTok at Faith Walk Podcast. And every month I will introduce, the book that I've read. I've done it for January. I've done it for February, and now I'm on my reader for March. My March reader is a book that I read many years ago. I think it was 2019. And it was the first book that I loved reading. And it is The Empowered Wife by Laura Doyle. And this book, I think every wife needs. Every female who is in a relationship needs this book. And my testimony about this book is that it has transformed my life based on my personal relationship with any partner that I have or had. It's not only shine a lot of light where I've seen all my flaws when it comes to communicating. And I now realize that a lot of relationships struggles these days because of mere communication. And I am one of the type of person that persons will interpret what I said in a total different way than what I mean. I find it very difficult to really bring across what I really mean in communicating with partners. So I'm always misunderstood and I'm always misinterpreted. But while reading this book, The Empowered Wife, it teaches you the 6 intimacy skills. And all wives, all girlfriends, all women need to read this book. Whether you're thinking of a relationship, whether you are in a relationship, whether you're, married, whatever the case is, you need to read this book because, again, the communication level that it shows you how you're communicating. When I read this book and I look back into my life and I was like, this is how I sound. This is what I did. Because simple things, you can be so controlling, demanding, disrespectful, and thinking to yourself that you're doing the best. Not knowing that you're actually doing the worst. And I'm reading this book and I'm looking into myself and say, Lord. And I can hand me down say, my last relationship was somewhat, mostly, my fault. I was then controlling. I was disrespectful. And I didn't know how to talk to anybody. But in my eyes, and in 90% of the female eyes that are looking through the lens that I was looking through, would say nothing is wrong. So here I am, Testimonial Tuesdays, to say, when you're on the path of your purpose and your fulfillment, God will guide you along the right path. And He will give you the necessary tools to make you be successful in your journey. This book has opened my eyes to so many things, and I can recommend it to any listeners out there who want to read it. It's a great book to have. It's a great book to read. I cannot do without this book because sometimes in my future relationship, I know I have to draw back for this book because one of the things in the book that says sometimes you will think you're cheating yourself by not saying what you meant to say, but saying what is the right thing to say. And I'm saying all this about this book, bring me back to my example of my Testimonial Tuesdays. Because I read this book and I'm following the things in this book when it comes to the opposite sex, it not only made me realize why my previous partner never bought me any birthday gifts, because she had the same example. I remember in our early stage of dating, my ex bought me something and I rejected it. I was like, this is what you got me. Why couldn't you got me this? I don't want this. And I downright tell him in front of his face that I did not like the gift. And then I taught him not to give me anything. And from that until today, he has never given me anything again. And I don't think in the future he will ever, because he no longer wants to do it or feel the need of doing it. And it's no longer important because we are not in no form of relationship. But this book not only opened my eyes to the reason, and all the years of that relationship I was tormented. I was like, imagine this is such a special day for me, and nothing, not knowingly that I was the reason why I wasn't getting nothing. So that was one testimony, but bring us back to the future. The past is in the past. We have to close the door and we are moving on. The future. A friend of mine, should I say a friend? An associate of mine. Should I say an associate? Someone that I know texted me yesterday. And they said to me, I know it's your birthday coming up. And I want to get you something, but I don't know what to get you. And I'm also in a little tight position, but I would really want to get you something for your birthday. And the first thought that came to my mind was, I was texting. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the thought. And this book, The Empowered Wife, licked me in my head. Listen, it just boofed me. And I was like, this is the same thing Laura talked about. She said, you need to learn how to be a receiver. And all our lives are my life. I don't know how to receive things. Now here is someone being so thoughtful and considerate to think of me weeks before my birthday to say what they would get me, although they're in this position. And I am on the verge of turning them down, shutting them down, not giving them the masculine feeling that they want to have to really find value in taking care of gifting me a gift. And I was not only robbing them of that fulfilled feeling, but I was robbing myself of feeling special. And I always wanted to feel special, especially around that time of the year. So because of Laura, I should tell her thanks. And I hope one day I get to sit with her and tell her really thanks. And maybe I just might become... I just might become a relationship coach. Who knows? Because listen, it's really empowering, this book. So I followed her guidelines and I erased that text quickly. And I said to the person, thank you. First thing, thank you. I really appreciate the thought. Let me send you over my birthday registry. Your thought means so much to me. Now, what they say after that only shows what Laura was saying. It was one sentence. Okay, love. That was it. Okay, love. Now they feel so fulfilled by me telling them what I wanted, and they're going to get me something. And listen, in your testimonies, again, when you're fulfilling your purpose, and you're walking in your destiny, God will put you in the aligned to do it right. He will give you the necessary tools to do it right. And here I am, someone who didn't know how to receive a gift when gifted. But all that have changed simply because I was introduced to the tools to teach me how to do so. So as I journey on my journey of unlearning and relearning the positive way, the right way, the feminine way, the godly way, the spiritual way of doing things, fulfilling my purpose and walking in my destiny, I'm encouraging you too. Today, on Testimonial Tuesdays, you can do it too. God will give you the necessary tools to relearn and unlearn the things that needs to be done. The things that you need to unlearn, you will unlearn it by God's grace and help. And the things that you need to relearn, He will give you the tools to relearn them. All you have to do is have faith and pray and ask God for guidance, wisdom, and knowledge. Guys, you're listening to your girl, Lady Garrison, where we walk by faith and not by sight. And as we come to the end of another powerful episode on Faith Walk Podcast, if you like what you're hearing, please give it a like, leave a comment, share it with a friend to encourage, empower, and educate them as well. You know how we do it. Mondays is Motivational Monday. Tuesdays, Testimonial Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Wisdom Wednesdays. Thursdays is Thankful Thursdays. And Fridays is Forgiving Fridays or Forgiveness Fridays. guys, until we meet again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something from this powerful message today on Testimonial Tuesdays. Walk good. Bye.